very much. Well, we didn't say we are going on a strike. What we said at the end of our last meeting in Ilorin was that we met with government on the 2nd of August and we reached an agreement on a number of issues that they will resolve before the end of August. This includes the following. One is that when we left the strike in 2020, government said they will release 30 billion naira for buying equipment, for training, and bringing our university up a little bit. And at the last meeting we had with them on the 2nd of August, they showed us evidence that that money is in an account in CBN. And that between that 2nd and this 31st of August, that money will be transferred to need assessment account, so that each university can have access to it, to buy equipment in the laboratories, to furnish offices, buy furniture in the classroom, so that students will be able to sit. As we speak to you, many students stand to have lectures. Some sit on the floor, which should not be. Develop the hostel. That was the idea of that money. But up till now, that money have not been released. The second one is that an academic do it all sorts of things within the university system, and including going to supervise students outside doing side work, supervise PhD, and we had an agreement with government that for that they will pay what we refer to as aid academic allowance only for those who have done that job with it. And they also told us at that time in 2020 that that money will be released. A tranche will be released by the end of May 2021. And when we met with them, they said they will ensure that that money, they will write to the Ministry of Finance to ensure that that money is released so that a member will have access to that money. They also agreed that that money have been made, so that we'll not be talking about it so in the future, have been mainstreamed into the salary system. So that we'll not be talking about it become part of the salary. But up till now, nothing has been done. We also looked at what the state government are doing with universities today. A governor will just sit down one day and establish 10, 20 universities. 10, 4, 5, 6 universities. And we say that is wrong. We say that is wrong. That you cannot fund the one you already have. Why are you establishing more? So what we agree with, that the Ministry of Education will liaise with the National Assembly with our input, which we have done, to ensure that the procedure for establishing university is rigorous, so that you can just don't wake up one morning and establish 3, as you're having today, when you cannot fund one. We also agree on that before May we'll do something. Then we'll have this salary system, this IPs, a foreign developed program that now carry all the data, all the special data, all the data, the background of our members, and sent to a domain outside the country. IPs is foreign. World Bank sponsored. Which is, no country will do that. Your best brain, you carry all their data and give to a country to keep another country, and we say it is wrong. We also say that capital system is not applicable, implementable in a university. University is unique. By the structure of university, you employ academic staff from all over the world. Just like Nigerian academics are going outside the world to work, to teach in a university. When I was a student in a state university, in my department we have 4 different people from 4 different countries teaching in one department. To give it the universality. But today, that is gone. What we are now seeing today is that in many universities, we are even becoming state. You go to a university in a state, 90% of the academic staff from that state, which is wrong. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. This does not capture it. And by our law, when a foreigner comes to work in Nigeria, you cannot give him a full-time appointment. You give him a contract. But IPs do not recognize contract. So most of those who were here have not been paid. Many have left because you are not paying them, which is reduce the quality and the standard of our university. Then IPs also is irrational. 2 months ago in our college Unilag, they just sat down, a professor earning about 400,000, they pay him 120. And when we were confronted, they say, it's deductions. How can you deduct almost 300,000 naira from somebody's salary without any reason you didn't inform him? How will he teach for them? How will he go to work? Then we also aware that last month, they said they pay people double salary. Why should the system you say is good mistakenly pay people across the country double salary? That is what we said is wrong with IPs. And that there's a need to get our own that is system specific to the university system, and we call it UTAS, University Transparency and Accountability Solution. That's what to address this issue. But up to now, they promised that before August they will get to us. None of those issues, they have not even contacted us.
Okay, Oga, as the deadline wanna give federal government now don't pass, will be August 31. Waiting be the next step.
That's why we are here. That's why I'm in Abuja. And my colleague to join me. We'll meet and look and review the situation. Then we would know what to do next.
Okay, so this deadlock way on our federal government they do now, how you go take affect students?
Well, like I said, what we want to happen in Nigeria is that we want to insist that federal government should continue to fund the Nigerian university system. Not that what they are doing with the primary and secondary. Any day we stop our struggle, the students will know this and their parents. Any day ASUU stop its struggle, based on these so-called people saying that ASUU is going on strike, any day we stop the struggle, our universities will turn to what we have with primary and secondary. That will be completely taken over by the private sector. And students, if you cannot pay big money, you attend chunky secondary school. And we don't want that to happen. In Nigeria, the average school fees in the private university is about 500 to 1 million. Some are 3 million. Is it not true? How many Nigerians can raise 500,000 to pay their children's school fees? When they have minimum wage is 30,000 naira a month. In some states, it's still 18,000. So our struggle is about how to ensure that the children of the ordinary Nigerians should have good education. Should not be forced to go and join all this banditry you are seeing, all this kidnapping. Because if this system had taken care of the children, of the young one, we will not have all these things. So that is our, but these people who are already running this system down, who want to run it down, many of them have private universities, which they have interest. Look at what they have now. JAMB was supposed to regulate admission. Hope I'm right. The idea you do exam and set a benchmark that you cannot go below that if you want to admit a student. But what did they do this year? They removed that benchmark. So that anybody who scored 30 cannot be admitted to university. And these are done for the private universities. Anybody who scored 20 can go to a university. That idea of JAMB regulating admission had completely regulating the minimum score a child can take before admission have been removed. Okay. And this is what they are trying to do with the university. I will not allow it. So our struggle is for these students. In the 70s, 80s, the students were doing the struggle. In 70s, 80s, but now they are not challenged.
So, which time will they get the message from an association whether the strike go hold or it no go hold? Give us time.
Very soon.
Okay, country people, and I don't hear Professor Emmanuel Osodeke don't tell us say very soon. Now then go come out with their decision. In the state for Abuja, in come Abuja because of the meeting where ASUU won't hold for Abuja, where then go decide the next step for the association, whether they go on strike or not. So now waiting in talk, in say then they try their best to make sure say this their struggle get heard, because not before only their sake then they fight for, then they also fight for the Nigerian students.